Okay, hey y'all. Y'all not gonna see my face, not because I didn't want you to, but because, well, maybe you will, but because my stand isn't doing the right thing. So this is the health and wellness reading. This reading can relate to different areas when it comes to health and wellness. So there is mental health, there is emotional health, there's um, physical health. Many of you may be thinking of your physical health when you come to this reading. Okay, I decided to do this reading because I noticed there's tons of love readings out there, relationship readings, and tons of general readings, and even there's, money and career readings, but there's not a whole lot of health and wellness readings. So I wanted to make sure that I fill in that gap for those kind of readings, especially since I'm into health. I do know a lot about it. Now I'm using the Herbal Tarot. Now I have not been using this deck a whole lot. This deck is still new for me, even though I've had it for a couple of years. I just never took it out of the box until, over the past couple of months. But I haven't been regularly using this deck. So you guys will see me using this booklet to get the herbal representations of this deck of cards, because each deck, not each deck, but each card here in this particular deck, it represents certain kinds of herbal supplements and herbal remedies and things like that, that you guys can consider trying if you feel like it will be helpful to you. Now, keep in mind, disclaimer, and it's a shame I have to do this, but in today's time, you have a lot of people that will sue people because they don't take any accountability for using their own good common sense or for anything at all. So just know this: if you are suffering from any real illnesses or any really serious health issues, any legal issues, any issues whatsoever, psychological, whatever it may be, relationship, whatever, you guys, if you need to do so, please go seek out a licensed professional, okay? So that you are being responsible and taking accountability for whatever's going on, okay, in your situation. However, if you find any insight or inspiration from this reading, or you decide you want to take any of the herbal supplements or any of the remedies or any of the vitamins or anything that I mentioned to you guys, you will be doing so at your own discretion and at your own risk, okay? Now, I've been taking herbal supplements and vitamins for most of my life, and so is my family. I'm a very healthy person. However, what works for me or works for my family or other people in this world may not work for you. So if you feel like you want to take an alternative health or a holistic approach to your health and your wellness, then there are certified professionals who actually can help you with that. Chiropractors usually are certified in knowing about a lot of herbal supplements and vitamins and natural health. They can advise you. There are actual herbalists that are certified that can help you, and there are actual holistic alternative doctors that can help you, okay? Anything that you get off this channel is just spiritual insight, and it may or may not help you, but you are responsible for whatever it is that you choose to do. Also know this: if you choose to take any herbal supplements or vitamins, or try any remedies or anything like that, natural remedies, always test something in a very light way to be sure that, if you have any potential allergies, that you're not going to get extreme allergies or whatever, or if you have any adverse reactions to whatever it is you're doing or taking, you won't have extreme adverse reactions, okay? So when I take any herbal supplement, I don't take whatever the recommended dosage is on the bottle or the box or whatever, is advised of the remedy. I take only a tiny little bit first, and I do so on a full stomach, and I drink lots of water with it to see if it will work for me, but also just to see if I will have any adverse reactions. Mostly to see if I will have any adverse reactions or any allergies. Sometimes you can't see if something really works for you not until you take the regular dosage, but I like to test things out first if I don't have experience with it, so that I don't find myself in an ER somewhere, throat closed up and can't breathe, because I don't have an EpiPen around or anything, just in case I have any adverse reactions, okay? And many of you may not either. So be wise when it comes to alternative health, okay? Some of you may already know, others of you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start shuffling here with the Herbal Tarot deck. But, let me give you guys some options. I didn't even give you any options. So your options is quarter, dime, penny, and how about we're going to go with the black candle, okay, as the other option, okay? Yeah. So you have 4 options there. Something's telling me to give you guys 5 options. So I'm going to give you a 5th option, clear quartz, okay? So these are the options. Quarter, penny, dime, clear quartz, black candle. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. And for some reason, I want to start with the black candle. So if you selected the black candle group, then I'm going to go ahead, shuffle, and I'm going to see what comes up for you. And then I'm going to see what the author's recommendation is for the herbal supplement, and also what their interpretation is for the card. And then I will use all the rest of my tarot and oracle decks to give you some advice or to pick up on anything else going on in your situation, okay? So this reading can apply to different areas of your health, mentally, emotionally, physically, psychologically, or whatever. But remember, if you skipped over the disclaimer at the beginning, because some of you are hard-headed and in a rush, you know this. You are responsible for whatever it is you decide to do in your life and in your health. And if you are actually sick or seriously ill or suffering from any serious issues or even in a bad situation, please seek out professional help from professional certified licensed professionals in whatever area that you may need that help in, okay? I am not responsible for any issues you may have from following anything on my channel. This is for entertainment purposes. However, if it helps you gain any insight or clarity, then that's great. But you guys have to use good common sense and wisdom, and don't get carried away, okay? Also, if you take any herbal supplements or vitamins, do so respectfully, meaning don't take the full recommended dosage. That I don't take anything full recommended dosage of anything because I don't never know how my body is going to respond or react, okay? So just keep that in mind. However, I do value natural, holistic health and things like that. It's worked wonders for me. But you're responsible, you guys. And I shouldn't have to say this, but in 2020, people be suing people because they don't want to take accountability for whatever they choose to do in their life. Y'all not going to come back to me blaming me for anything, okay? All right, so Candle group people. What is going on with their health situation? What is going on with their health and wellness? And what is most recommended for the candle group people? So you guys got the Slippery Elm card. All right. slippery elm card. So let me see. And it's the medicine wheel. Okay, so it came out sideways. So you guys may be experiencing a situation in which there is potential for this situation to turn itself around, or potential for this situation to, I don't want to say to get worse, but if it's not going good, for it to remain much of the same. But somehow I feel like it's up to you and how this is going to go. But let me see what the author has to say about the health situation here in regards to the medicine wheel. Okay, so slippery elm is what's recommended for whatever is going on with your health and wellness. It says slippery elm is a demulcent, a nutritive tonic, and an emmenagogue, if I pronounced that correct. It is used for ulcers, for healing wounds, and for treating irritated throat and lungs. Interesting that it would say for irritated throat and lungs. Some of you may be experiencing, some kind of respiratory issues, or maybe any allergies or whatever. Unfortunately, right now, when I'm doing this reading, there is a pandemic. We're in the middle of a pandemic, where some people may be suffering with the, COVID-19, aka coronavirus. Okay, in which that can cause respiratory issues, among other health issues or whatever. Okay, so symbolically, slippery elm is used for healing, uniting, comfort, and soothing. Some of you may be having issues like with difficulty accepting food or any further outer experiences. Okay, so some of you just may need some form of comfort and soothing. Divinatory meanings. The Wheel of Fortune, according to the author of this book here, cycles, influences from all aspects of life, strength and pure being, a holistic outlook. Okay. Now, because this card is sideways, or it came out sideways, I do also want to touch upon the reverse meanings, which is going in circles, aimless, lack of focus. So some of you may be dealing with those issues as well. Okay, depending on where this falls, or you may be dealing with all these things. You guys take what resonates and what doesn't, just leave it where it is. Okay. However, if you're looking at this and you're just unsure of what's going on, then maybe this is an indicator or some sort of indication of what's going on. But do not take this to heart necessarily, because there's no telling how many of you will see this reading and whose energy is picking up for. So please make sure you seek out professional licensed advisors for any health and wellness issues that you may have. So let's see what my regular tarot cards have to say, and then I'll go on to using some of my oracle decks to figure out what's going on in the situation. Okay, so before I can even finish shoveling, the Page of Pentacles in reverse came out. So this is pointing out that you guys may be having issues with a lack of I want to say somebody has a lack of balance in their finances, a lack of balance in planning and organizing when it comes to their financial situations, and also perhaps when it comes to whatever's going on in your life, period. Okay. And I don't know why I heard something about insurance. So maybe somebody failed to have insurance or failed to be prepared for the need for insurance. Maybe the insurance has run out, or maybe the insurance was cut off. Okay, but I heard something about insurance for someone out there. Let me go to my other deck. But I feel like whatever's going on, you guys were definitely not prepared for it, and this could be causing you a great deal of stress. For whoever this is for, this could be also throwing a lot of things off, period. And I feel like you guys may be wondering when there's going to be a change in luck, if this will turn itself around, and how will this turn itself around, because I feel like you guys are just kind of like, you're not sure. I feel like some of you guys are, some of you may have not checked all your options, because I'm looking at there's stones here. There's stones here. And it's one of those situations, you know, you may not find a solution until every stone has been turned, as they would say, meaning you need to check into all options possible. Maybe you have not exhausted all your options, and maybe you can look into that. Some of you may feel like you have, and like you've run out of options, but I get the feeling that you haven't exhausted all your options just yet, okay, for whoever that may resonate for. So let's see what else comes out here. Ooh, that's quite a bit. I wasn't expecting to get that many, but let's see. Okay. Yeah, so you guys are trying to have, you know, faith and optimism. You may be wishing, you may be wishful at this time, or you may be, like I said, just trying to wish for things to improve, and you're trying to be hopeful and optimistic. I don't know why I'm here for somebody. You feel like your resources are being wasted, and you're pouring, you know, like you're just watching things being poured out, or you're just spilling out everything you got. It's just, or seeing things go down the drain. So I feel like somebody out there is kind of jaded and have lost hope, though you're trying to be wishful and hopeful anyway, okay? So it's like you're just kind of somewhere in the middle there with that. Interesting enough, you're not interested in playing victim here, okay? You're not interested in playing victim. You're not interested in being passive about the situation, or waiting for somebody to rescue you. You're kind of feeling like, you know, you want to do something about it. And so, you know, you're just kind of wondering if you're going to be able to overcome the obstacles or not, okay? I feel like you know you can overcome the obstacles in the challenges in the situation, but it's just a matter of how, okay? But I feel like some of you out here, you really are trying to seek some kind of help, medical help, or some kind of professional help regarding your finances in some form, or maybe reaching out for some sort of assistance or something. Let's see what else is going on here. One last shuffle on that. Okay. Yeah, and so this is all about your perception, and now it makes sense, because I'm looking at cards that it's like it's showing that you're optimistic, but then you're not, but then it's just a lot of cards are sideways. And when you know, if you really think about it, when you see anything sideways, or you're looking at anything sideways, it really does all come down to perception. It's all in how you look at it. And that's how I keep feeling when I see some of these cards sideways, you know. It really is just how you look at it. It's really coming down to perception. So it could possibly be that, interesting. You guys are going to have to be careful that you're not creating any hardship for yourself, okay? But You no longer, that's what it is. Somebody does not have their heart set on something anymore. And I also feel like somebody is not, so you got deprivation also in reverse. Okay. So you're keeping busy is what I'm getting from these two. You're keeping busy. You're staying active. You're staying proactive. You're not just sitting back and just watching and waiting to see what happens. That's energy of being proactive. That's energy of really trying to seek out what it is that you need. And it would make sense because like I said, this is a card right here of not playing victim. So I'm seeing proactive energy. I'm seeing proactive energy. And I feel like that could be nothing but a good thing. You know, it's only when people just kind of like give up and give up hope and then just kind of like sit stagnant and decide to not do anything or take an approach is when things can become a problem. But as long as you're proactive and you're trying, then, you know, you're literally kind of like taking the steering wheel and saying, you know, hey, I'm going to try to make this work, or I'm going to try to find a solution, or I'm going to try to overcome the obstacles. And to me, it's only a matter of time where you will overcome the obstacles because of that. So there's a feeling of being displaced, though, or a feeling of no longer having a home, or maybe not knowing if you will have a home. It could be you've left the home, as I do see someone who it looks like they're traveling away. But like I said, it's like traveling away to seek some kind of help or to seek assistance or something, or just to seek better. And keep in mind, you guys, take what resonates, what does not, leave it where it is, because I don't know how many people will see this reading and, you know, there's no telling how many people in terms of the energy that's being picked up here. And for that reason, some things will resonate for some people, other things may not resonate for everybody. Communication. So either there's a need to communicate, or there is some sort of communication that you guys are trying to have here in regards to not having a home, seeking some sort of help or assistance, or, you know, or it also could be communicating not feeling comfortable as well in the situation. Shuffle on that. So there's something that you guys need to be patient about. There's a reason for you guys to, there's a need for you guys to be patient. Together, there we go. There's a need for you guys to be patient. There's something you need to be putting on hold here. Yeah. there's some sort of decision or choice you guys have to make. And this choice or decision is going to be drastically different from the other choice. Because I'm looking at two different cats here. They're very opposite, very different. Okay, they even appear different. Um, I'm also looking at you are going to have to make the choice to do what is right or to do the right thing, or to take the high road, or to you may even have to seek out something more traditional, even. Okay. Um, the Hierophant is not a card of, you know, taking a different path or unusual path or doing anything that is considered unorthodox. Okay. It usually is all about sticking to tradition and doing the right thing, and it's also about having faith, okay, and holding fast to faith. So whatever it is, that's going on, you know you guys are going to need to be patient about it, but I feel like you're going to need to look at your belief system. You're going to need to look at, like I said, what is you believe. Hold fast to your beliefs. Hold fast to your faith. Do not waver in your faith. Do not, and like I said, you're going to have to do what is right. But I just feel like for some reason you guys have a choice to make, and it's going to be between one thing or another that's going to be drastically different from the other. So whatever it is you have a choice to make between, it's not going to be the same kind of choice, or the same path, or between the same thing or the same person, or the same option. They're going to be very drastically different. Because I'm looking at one cat that has black hair, the other one that has blonde hair, Very different. It's like different as night and day, the choice. It's as different as night and day. And we all know night and day is drastically different. At night you can see the stars, and the day you can't, but you can definitely see the sun, but at night you can't see the sun. So, you got the Knight of Earth. Okay. So it's time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You guys have a guardian angel looking over you. The energy of a Knight of Earth is loyal, dedicated, honorable, kind of energy. But this is also possibly someone bringing something of some sort of value. Okay, whether it's somebody bringing some sort of financial assistance, or someone delivering some money or some funds, or someone delivering something that holds some sort of value to you in some form. Okay. It also could be, if you're not receiving that, whatever this is that has value, then you could be possibly giving it in some form. But I feel like the receiving is the bigger thing here. I also feel like you guys are going to get some communication, some serious communication. And it may be from two different sources or two different people or whatever, because during this reading I have had I've had quite a few people to just call through. And it's very unlikely for so many people to be calling me at this particular time, because it's right where I'm at right now. It's 9 o'clock, or it's about to be 9 o'clock, and I don't know why. It just feels like these people are calling me with a sense of urgency for some reason. It's just really unusual. But I'm also seeing something with 2. I'm seeing it in the cards, and I'm just feeling it a lot. There's some duality here, or whatever, or there's something with the number 2, or seeing something in 2s, but I'm seeing the pattern. Okay, I'm seeing the pattern with 2s. Maybe you have 2 choices, 2 options, 2 paths, 2 people, 2 whatever this is. Double of something. Okay, so you have let go. and something about writing. Okay, something about writing, but this was sideways. So I still feel like that's pointing out something with communication. Okay. Um, you heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. But I feel like there's some communication that needs to be had, whether you give or receive some communication that will lead to some healing, or that will lead to inspiring someone or teaching someone something, or you learning something or gaining something, or some kind of communication that can involve, that would bring you something that you need or seeking. Okay. With let go, it's pointed out that you need to walk away from the situation in order to resolve it. So it's possible that for some of you, not all of you, that some of you just need to kind of just let go, walk away, just chill out. Um, this writing card was sideways. So I feel like whatever communication that may needs to come for some of you, it's not going to be you needing to reach out or communicate. For some of you, it's going to be somebody else needs to reach out and communicate. Now, keep in mind, this reading is about whatever health and wellness you may be concerned about. So that could be health and wellness mentally, emotionally, psychologically, or physically. Okay, for some of you, this is going to be about your mental, emotional well-being, and maybe relating to dealing with people or situations or whatever. Okay, whereas others of you is going to be about different other things that's going on. Okay, in your life. But I see somebody learning though. I see somebody learning something. Let's see what else can be. So, okay. Guiding children. So, this is probably the second card that I have here. Actually, the third, where two cards for sure, where I'm seeing children. A third one is possible. Okay, a third one is possible. I have a feeling that somebody out there, not many of you, but somebody out there is wanting to have children, and maybe they have some fertility issues, and maybe you already have two children and you're wanting a third and hoping for a third, but you don't know, but it's possible. For others of you, maybe this is your third go around of trying to get pregnant or something, whatever. And it's possible that you actually could get pregnant this time. That's for somebody specific. That is not for all of you. But I'm seeing children here. So it's pointing out guiding children. You are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. So this is like the second time, like I said, I'm seeing somebody teaching children or mentoring them or something. It's possible, like I said, maybe you need the mentoring or to be taught something, or you need to be helping somebody younger than you, or some children or something. Maybe you have children and they need you right now or whatever. So keep that, just pay attention to that. But it's like there's a need for some kind of nurturing. So you have give yourself the best. Okay, give yourself the best. You deserve it. And you have you are not afraid. So this is pointing out that no matter how large or scary the obstacle or the situation may seem, you can handle it. It's just going to require you to get out of your head and to be brave and to have your faith. Remember, you have the Hierophant card. Okay, you were told to wait and to have faith. You're also told to do the right thing and make the right choice. Okay, don't stray off onto some odd or weird path or something like that. Okay, it's almost like a choice between good and bad, or a choice between one thing or another. It's just gonna be drastically different. But just have faith, be strong, be brave. Okay, it's all in your head. To some degree that if you can overcome this or not, and I believe you can. Okay, so that was the reading for the candle, folks. So I'm going to move on to do the next pick a card reading. I'm going to do the clear quartz. Okay, so I'm going to do the clear quartz. And I'm going to pull the rest of these cards back real quick. Back here. Okay. All right. So now I can get started with the next for clear quartz people. Okay. So let's see what's going on with your situation. And if you have skipped to this reading through a timestamp, and this is for those who are watching this after this live reading is over with, if you have skipped to the timestamp, please go look at the warning or the the urgent message in the very beginning for this reading. That is the disclaimer for this reading. Otherwise, if you have any issues or any complications, do not blame me for it, because part of this reading, you are getting recommendations for herbal supplements or natural remedies, okay? I want you guys to be responsible and to be smart about that, okay? In fact, before I even continue to the clear quartz people, for the people who are having respiratory and throat issues, you can also take vitamin C, echinacea, elderberry, ginger, and garlic, and the wellness formula. You can find all those things at Whole Foods, Sprouts Markets. Many of those things you can also find in most of your grocery stores in the health and wellness section where all the vitamins and stuff is. Okay, so now I'm gonna get on to the clear quartz people, but so I'm checking for clear quartz people what health and wellness issues are going on and what is recommended according to the herbal tarot and the rest of my tarot and oracle cards. Keep in mind, if you're having any serious health or wellness issues, please seek out a professional, certified, doctor, lawyer, therapist, or whatever, okay? I'm not responsible for whatever's going on with you guys. Okay, so you have Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Swords in reverse. So, that is ginger and that is valerian. Okay. You guys may not need the valerian though with the Nine of Swords in reverse. So typically what I'm looking at here is, it looks like you guys are actually, well, I'm going to get on to what the health issue may be, and then I'm going to go ahead and, get on to the rest of it. But Eight of Pentacles is a really good card to get. That's a card of independence. That's a card of stability. Okay, that's a card where you may have put in your efforts to build or grow something and seeing it pay off and be able to reap the benefits, financially or however that may be. Okay, with the Nine of Swords in reverse, that's also pointing out that, because you are doing so well, you're not suffering, you're not worried, you're not stressed. You're not losing any sleep. And who doesn't want that kind of reading, okay? That's a blessing, okay? Here we go. Okay, so according to the author of the Herbal Tarot, and keep in mind this is a new deck, but I do want to break it out because I wanted to do this health reading. Not a lot of people are doing health readings or wellness readings. Okay. So, Eight of Pentacles, the ginger card. And ginger is usually for digestive issues, okay? And that's what I know ginger to be good for. So, stimulant. It is also a stimulant. It is also a diaphoretic, diaphoretic, um, carminative, anti-spasmodic. Okay, so if you're feeling nauseous, you want to take ginger. It could help you avoid vomiting or throwing up and things like that, and calm those stomach muscles. Okay, so that you're not having any issues there, especially if you're having stomach spasms. Um, I want to look up this word immunogu because I don't know, or immunogu. I do not know what that means. I really doesn't. I don't, and it would be nice to know what that means. So, be patient with me. I think I'm gonna look that up. But it's also used for gas, poor assimilation of food, also to relieve motion sickness and spasmodic cramps. The fresh root is made into a tea for colds and fevers. I like to chop ginger up and chew on it. And if it's too strong, I'll just put a little warm water in my mouth while I'm chewing on it or whatever. But it can be made into tea, or you can buy it in tea form. You can also buy it in capsule form. Okay, and usually a lot of those things can be found in your grocery store, your local grocery store, or in Whole Foods, or in sometimes Trader Joe's, and also in Sprouts markets. You can usually find those things. So I really want to know what this means, because this keeps coming up. However you spell this. Okay. All right, but getting on to further, okay, there's a willingness to start working to achieve one's goals. A craftsman, artist, skill in business, and other endeavors is also what the Eight of Pentacles represents according to the author. Okay, so you guys may be having some issues with your stomach. Some of you may just need to take this if you're having any flus or any colds. And right now we are presently in a, pandemic with COVID-19 and the coronavirus. So you guys would definitely greatly benefit from taking ginger. I've been taking ginger, raw ginger, the real thing, chopping it up and eating it, and just throwing it in some warm water, hot water for tea. Garlic as well, because garlic is also good for, it's antiviral, antibacterial, and things like that. Okay, so a minagogue. That's how it's pronounced. You're okay. A minagogue. Okay. So it's a substance, a minagogue is a substance that stimulates or increases menstrual flow. Wow. Learn something every day. Okay. So if anybody's going through any menstrual issues, though, red raspberry leaf, or PMS tea or pregnancy tea will help. Okay. And so will calcium, magnesium, zinc supplements will help if anybody is having any issues with their menstrual situation, like with cramps or anything like that. Okay, so getting on to the Nine of Swords in reverse, let's see what the author has to say about any wellness or health issues according to the author for this particular card there. But I'm glad to see this card reversed, because that means you guys are not stressed. You're not having any complications or any issues. You're not, you're not depressed or anything. You're doing fine. So that's a card that I'm glad to see in reverse. So with this card being reversed, it's pointing out self-examination, causing delay in the course of one's normal pursuits. That's according to the author here. Valerian root, however, may still be helpful for you guys. Valerian root is meant to help one relax. It's meant to help one sleep. I actually have valerian root capsules in my medicine cabinet. So if you're having any nervous energy or restless energy, or you're not sleeping very well, valerian root, that's what it's good for. Okay. It's anti, spasmodic. It's a tonic, nervine, warming stimulant in some cases, used for nervous pain and insomnia. Okay. So let's see what my other cards have to say about you guys' situations here. Because this is about more than just physical health or, you know, any other kind of health. Let's see what's going on in your situation that may relate to these cards. Wow, before I could even finish shuffling, one of those cards fell out. So, ooh, the moon. So there's something that you guys may feel like you cannot see, or you may be feeling like there's something under the surface that's kind of hidden still, that you may be unaware of, but you kind of sense there's something under the surface. You guys may also possibly be feeling like there's some deceit going on, or some lies, or deception. Okay, so that's what's possible there. In regards to your situation. And if I can point out, with the Eight of Pentacles card here, this guy right here, he's looking down at the, the coins he has, or the things that he possesses. But he doesn't look, typically on the Eight of Pentacles, you see someone who looks happy. They look happy. But this person is looking down at what they have, but they don't quite seem happy, even though they have a lot, okay, in their possession. And with that ginger root there, and one thing I know about ginger root is that it grows underground. And a lot of times you cannot, unless you put markers in the ground, you're not going to be able to see that ginger growing. You're not going to know even where it's at, how large it's grown, or anything, until you literally see, until you see those stems with the leaves grow up out of the ground. That's when you'll actually know, okay, where this ginger is that's growing in the ground, and that it's actually growing. However, prior to that, you can't know. So it's under the surface, whatever is growing, okay? And what's interesting though, even though, let's say that it sprouts up out of the ground, and you know this because the leaves have come up, so it's starting to show signs of growth, you still don't know how much this has grown. You don't. You can't tell until you literally dig down and pull that root out, okay? So that's the more interesting part of observing what may be going on in your situation, according to this card here. Okay, but it's like you guys know there's something under the surface here. There's something you quite can't see. Though you may be able to, you may be aware of some things, but it's just you just feel like you're not aware of everything. Okay, it's just really interesting. Like I said, whoever you are watching this, you guys, whoever picked this group, Clear Quartz, you have a lot. You have a lot that you've gained. You have a lot to offer. It's like you have it all to some extent, and you worked really hard for it. But I feel like there's something that's still dissatisfying to you, okay? Or something that you're just still not quite getting, or maybe there's something you still desire to have. Or like I said, you may be still feeling like there's something that you quite can't see yet. But Three of Pentacles, so it's like having done really good work, and either you desire to see acknowledgement for it, or to see gains or rewards for it, or you are receiving accolades or recognition for it. So there's something here that needs to be recognized. Okay, there was some effort put in, and that effort needs to be recognized in some form, or maybe it is being recognized, maybe it isn't. but that's what it's relating to, okay? So let's see what else is going on here in the situation for the clear quartz people. Oh, that just popped out. So there's something that is being worked on here, and it's like starting with a blank slate. Whatever this is that is being created or being worked on, literally starting with a blank slate. But there's a benefit to that. Like I said, you know, you get to create what it is that you want when you're starting with a blank slate, when you're just starting clean, okay? You get to be as creative as you want. You get to really go for what it is that you really desire and, you know, try to manifest that. And you're handling this with grace, or you desire peace, okay? So it feels like this could be bringing you some sense of peace, or you're trying to handle yourself in a peaceful manner, or I want to say there's also this thing of feeling full of life and full of joy, okay? Let's see what else is going on in this situation. I'm also seeing an olive branch here that could be very well extended to bring about peace in a situation as well. So kind of what I'm getting here is like, there's something under the surface. There's something that's not quite seen yet, or something that's not quite known yet, or maybe even something that hasn't been revealed yet, okay? Maybe some lies or deception. I kind of don't get maybe those lies or deception. Maybe it's just misunderstanding, because there's no, you know, there's no worry here. There's no stress here. And I'm looking at, I feel like this is an opportunity to start fresh with a blank slate, to create the situation how you would desire to see it or how you'd like to create it. But I feel like there's a need to acknowledge something, or someone needs to acknowledge something, or acknowledge someone, or be acknowledged. And maybe there is a need to be graceful, and extend oneself in a manner of peace, or to extend an olive branch in the situation to someone, or just maybe there's just a need to just clearly just be at peace here, or you are experiencing just a sense of peace and joy, and just maybe because you know, some of you it's going to be a different situation. Some of you have received acknowledgement, so it's bringing you peace and joy. Others of you, there's just a need to be acknowledged, or to acknowledge someone, and to extend oneself in a graceful manner, and extend that olive branch to bring about peace. So that's what I'm getting here. But there's an opportunity here to start fresh, and to make it what it is that you would like to be, you know. Interesting enough, lack of growth. There's a lack of growth. So it could be a concern about a lack of growth. It could be a concern about things for some reason having been stagnant, things not really going anywhere. And this could be in a situation personally with someone else or other people, or with maybe it could be relating to career, money, finance, or maybe it could be relating to other issues in your life that, however this is affecting you, this is all about your wellness and your health. And lots of different things can affect your wellness and your health, your well-being, you know, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever. Okay, you guys will know how this resonates for you. Just take what resonates, and what doesn't, leave it where it is, because there's no telling how many of you will see this reading, and there's different bits and pieces for each of you, and then an overall general message that many of you might be able to relate to. I don't know why I feel like that has to come out, or it wants to. Okay. Okay, so I pay attention to the way directions of cards come out. Okay. Uh, there's a potential desire to explore, to maybe even travel. But beyond travel, a desire to travel or to get somewhere, this is more so, I feel like, about exploring. So maybe exploring options, exploring the situation. Uh, I feel like maybe there's concern about a lack of productivity or a lack of prospering when it comes to business, finances, career, or whatever. Maybe business hasn't been business as usual. Maybe business has not been as good, which would make sense right for right now. However, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you're seeing this, but if you're watching this now, the economy has kind of been thrown on its heels, or at least that's what they claim. Okay, so that would make sense for right now, but I feel like this is relating to a lack of productivity, or a lack of seeing things progress or grow or profit the way you would like to see it go, if you have a business, or this is related to career, or just whatever it's relating to. Okay, not taking care of business, not handling business, maybe, I don't know, but you guys take what resonates. But I feel like it's lack of productivity is probably the best word to use for many of you. Okay, in some reform. Okay, maybe a lack of action, but there's potential for something beautiful here, though, to grow. There's potential for something to grow, for something to manifest, but for it to be something good, for it to be something beautiful. Okay, and let's see what else is going on in the situation. Someone feeling restricted or limited. And that could be the reason for the lack of growth or the lack of productivity. And like I said, for right now, this is a quarantine time. Okay, this is a quarantine time. So it would make sense, once again, like I said, if you're watching this now, why this energy is coming up, okay, with a lack of growth, a lack of productivity, a lack of, seeing things going anywhere or whatever, or feeling restricted and limited and not able to really break free or get out and go and do what it is that you would like to do. Okay, so let's see what comes up for advice. Okay, so interesting. You may not think the situation is going to recover, or you may not feel like you're going to recover, or you may be struggling to recover, but the vice is always read in the upright. When I see it come out reverse, it's just pointing out the energy of the person that, you may just be feeling this way. Like, will things recover? Can things recover? Maybe you feel like you're not recovering, but in all honesty, recovery is on its way. Recovery will result. Okay, that's the actual real result there, because those cards are meant to be read upright. Let's see what else. So let's see what the Angel Tarot here has to say in the situation. Oh, I lost a bunch of cards here. Whoa. Okay. I thought I lost a bunch of cards, but these actually fell out on the floor. So I'm just going to go with these. 3 of them. There's 3 of them. It just straight up fell out. So there is the Dreamer. This is literally the Fool card in most other tarot decks, but this is the Dreamer. So be careful about getting caught up in fantasies, but this is being willing to step out, take chances, and take risk. Okay, and you could be being encouraged to take a leap of faith. Okay, follow your dreams, and it's also pointing out that there is a possibility of unexpected opportunities that could come about. Okay, and then you have the Page of Earth. That card just flipped back. Page of Earth here. Okay, so that is this is like usually to me, pages is indications of communication and messages or whatever. And page of earth is more like communication that is relating to money, finances, or something that holds some sort of value in some form, okay, whatever that value may be, okay. So it's like valuable communication or whatever, but it's pointing out good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, a new area of study is possible. Okay. And then you have the unity card here. Okay, so that's pointing out there's some harmony, but that's usually the Hierophant in most decks. So it's pointing out, traditional, viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seeking out mentors and like-minded friends is recommended. Okay, so it's pointing out that you may need to become more spiritual during this time. Whenever you're watching this, you may need to be more prayerful, meditate. You may need to seek out spiritual counseling or advice. You may even need to seek out a mentor. A mentor could help you, especially if you're doing business or you're trying to figure out what to do in your career or your life or whatever. So you may need a life coach or a business coach or something. If you are in business and you need a business mentor, go look up an organization called SCORE. Okay, it's called SCORE. And every state and county has their own SCORE organization, like their own chapter or whatever. And they're a lot like SBA, except they don't really have any links or ties to the government, even though sometimes they do link up with SBA. But they have mentors, business mentors. Some of them are retired, some of them are not retired, but they are successful in what they do or whatever. So if you need career or business mentorship, look up SCORE. Okay, but I actually have a SCORE mentor, and they're awesome. They really are. Like, they know what they're doing, they know what they're talking about, they know how to help you, even if you think they can't help you. Trust me, they know who to send you. And they're free. They're a free resource. I forgot how they're funded. They may be funded by the government, or maybe they're funded by state and city taxes. I don't know. But whatever the case is, some of you may just need a life coach. Some of you may need just to reach out to a friend, family member, a relative that's just really wise and knows what the heck they're talking about. Okay? So, here we go. So, this is children and school. So, that's funny. You would get two cards with children on them. So, your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children or the youth. Or maybe just healing and teaching others, period. But you may need to go to school, or maybe you need to become a teacher or work in education in some form. Is pointing out the answer that you're seeking involves going to school. So some of you, the solution for your issue may involve taking classes. It doesn't necessarily mean going to college, though some of you can. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Harvard has some free classes right now. And then I think after June or July, the classes will be reduced price rather than just free. And they actually have like certifications and stuff, so you can actually count those classes towards something. LinkedIn has some certification classes that normally they charge for. You can take for free right now because of the COVID-19 situation. That's if you're watching this during that time. SCORE has all kind of classes. They had free classes in the month of April. Now the classes are reduced to 50%. They're all webinar classes right now because of, like I said, COVID-19. Once this, I don't know when the classes go back to being physical at like physical locations where you have to show up. But for now, a lot of classes they're webinars or whatever. SBA even has a lot of webinars now, classes that normally you have to show up to, like their, SBA, chapters and things to take or whatever, but they're now webinars or whatever. So I've taken quite a few myself because why not? But that's for me. But I'm saying, like, that's if some of you are in business, but there are lots of resources right now. No matter what it is you need to study or learn, some of that stuff, if you're watching this during COVID-19, will be free, or reduced prices. And afterwards, what they'll be then, who knows? But a lot of stuff has switched over to being online webinars, online classes, stuff like that. So it's possible to do anything now, and it was possible before to take some online classes and things like that, but there's a lot of resources now, a whole lot more than it was before, in different ways. So look into that, because you're being pointed out that there's something you need to learn or whatever, or something you need to gain. So endings and beginnings, the old must be released so that the new can enter. That could be old seasons or old people, whatever. Not old people like old people, but like people from the past or something. I don't know, but old energy. I feel like this is mostly old energy needs to be released so that new energy can come in, because you can't quite create something new and have a blank slate if you're holding on to old energy. So whatever's going on in the situation, let's just say it was something that caused you to feel stressed out, sad, or depressed, or worried, or heartbroken, or whatever it is, or just something that was just bothering you. You need to release that energy, whatever it is, so that you can accept in positive energy, accept in new energy, so that you can start all over again. Let's say if you fell out with somebody, you can't fix it and have a fresh new start that person and make a peace offering or receive a peace offering if you're still holding on to old energy that you're pissed off with that person, or if you felt like a job or employer done you wrong or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get back out there if you're still holding on to regrets of how things went down or how you were treated or whatever it may be. You gotta let that stuff go. Whatever's going on in your situation, even if it's more directly related to your health, you got to release that negative energy so you can heal, because you cannot heal or recover if you do not release or let go of negative energy. And that's an automatic. Okay, you got to make room for growth, make room for healing, release the negative so the positive, you can welcome that in. Okay, and have room for it. Final advice cards here for you guys. There we go. So this is saying, say thank you. It was in reverse because that's pointing out that you may not be feeling like you could say thank you or show a sense of gratitude. This is more about showing gratitude and showing appreciation to something or someone, or maybe even just appreciating what you have going on in your situation in your life. And maybe needing to say thank you, God, thank you, Jesus, thank you, universe. I don't know, whatever it is you believe in, but I believe in God. You know what I'm saying? So this is about having gratitude and having appreciation, whether somebody has done something for you, and that could be whatever God's done for you, or whatever someone has done for you, or just appreciating what's going on in your life, or appreciating the opportunities that arise out of the situation. Okay. You may also need to just give somebody a hug, or bring somebody some flowers or something, or make a peace offering, or give something of yourself. Because I feel like when you give of yourself, you receive back. So if you make a kind gesture to someone, or make a peace offering, or you extend yourself in a positive way or in a helpful way to help someone, teach them, whatever it may be, you're going to receive that same energy back. Okay? So, and if it's relating to you have a business, if you extend yourself, someone will extend themselves back. Okay? to help you in whatever way that you may need. That goes for your health and whatever that may be as well. So I'm going to leave that at that. That was the Clear Quartz group people. I'm going to move on to the next group, which I'm going to go with, I don't know what, I'm going to go with the dime group next. Okay. So I'm going to put all these cards back and then move on to the next group. Very different. Okay. Okay. All right. So, okay. Dime group people. Dime group people. Let's see what's going on for dime group people. Dime group people, by the way, go to the disclaimer in the beginning. If you're not watching this live, go to the disclaimer in the beginning, okay? However, if you're watching this live, I'm going to go ahead and make the disclaimer. You guys are responsible for whatever is going on in your situation. If you are seriously ill or sick, please seek out professional help. If you're going through any serious situation, period, please seek out professional help. Okay? This reading is for entertainment purposes only. If you gain insight from it and you find that it's helpful, great. But I am not responsible for whatever choices you make or whatever decisions you make or whatever results from you following anything on my channel. And I'm saying this because this is a wellness and health reading, and I'm using the Herbal Tarot deck to help pinpoint what health issues or wellness issues you may be having at this time. And this deck, it mentions herbal remedies, herbal plants and things like that, supplements you can take. And you know, if you decide to take any of those things or take any health advice I give, it is at your own risk, okay? I'm not a medical professional or anything like that, okay? And if you take any herbal supplements, never take the full recommended dosage. Always try a little tiny bit so that if you have any adverse, side effects or any allergies, you will not get the worst, adverse effects or the worst allergy symptoms from it, okay? That's what I do. I take natural supplements and things. I'm in natural health. And I never take the full recommended dosage of anything the first time if I've never taken it before. Okay, there's a card to fall out. Oh, there we go. Okay, so dime group people, you got the Eight of Swords. That's Black Cohosh. Black Cohosh is usually taken for hormone imbalances, especially if you are a woman. And especially if you are a woman that is in her 50s, maybe late 40s and 50s and beyond. However, that's for that, in terms of that situation. But let's see what the author has to say about this, because Black Cohosh can be taken by men and women. It just depends on what's going on with the situation here. The Herbal Tarot deck I have not used a lot of, so yes, I am referring to the booklet. And then I will get to my other tarot cards and oracle cards to see what else is going on in your situation, because health and wellness can affect you mentally, emotionally, and physically as well. So I like to kind of cover all aspects. Okay, so where is the sword? Okay, here we go. Eight of Swords. Here we go. All right. So the Eight of Swords here, of course, Black Cohosh, which is Black Cohosh is recommended because it is anti-spasmodic, nervine. I just brought this up before. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. As a tonic used for neurological afflictions epilepsy, chorea, to alleviate pain for the liver, hepatitis, childbirth, and premenstrual pains and cramps. And it promotes menses, okay? So, it's possible that you could be, it's also possible that you could be cramped, locked in, publicly restrained, or held back. Now, I'm not surprised to hear that because right now, during this particular time, there is a pandemic going on. And while some states, they're trying to get back to business as usual, with opening restaurants and stores and stuff, you know, and parks and things for people to be able to get out. People are still not working, and so people still may stay home. But in other states, people are still being forced to stay at home. Okay, so so I'm not surprised to see that somebody could be feeling cramped, locked in, or publicly restrained or held back. Okay, but yeah, you guys could also be having any of these other issues as well. So neurological afflictions and stuff, epilepsy, chorea, liver issues, hepatitis, maybe, you know, childbirth and premenstrual pains and cramps. Okay, maybe if you're having issue with your period not showing up, you could take this as well. Okay, but I do know it can also be for older women that are experiencing menopause and maybe having, you know, hot flashes and things like that. They need their hormones balanced. But okay, so black cohosh can be found in Whole Foods, health food stores, yeah, Sprouts Market, places like that. But if you take it, you take it at your own risk, you guys. But Eight of Swords typically is a card where, yes, you may feel like you are restricted or limited. You may be feeling hopeless or helpless. You may be feeling like you cannot see what's going on in your situation and maybe feeling stuck. Okay, and like you just can't break free from the situation. Okay, so that could be mentally, emotionally, psychologically. That could also be physically, literally what's going on in your situation, or it could be any of the other health issues that were brought up, in which black cohosh could possibly help with those physical ailments or whatever, those physical illnesses. But black cohosh will not do anything if it is a psychological or mental thing. If you're experiencing feeling restricted, or like you can't get out of a situation and feeling hopeless, more of a psychological mental thing, depending on what's going on. If you are feeling that way because you're stuck in the quarantine right now, if you're watching this during the quarantine, I highly recommend, since you're on YouTube anyway, look up videos such as walking on the beach or going for a jog, stuff like that. When you do a search for that on YouTube, there are videos that will come up that literally, it's like a high definition video recording of somebody literally walking on the beach, but it's from the view of you, as if you're the one walking on the beach, or you're the one jogging or walking in a nice park, or walking down the boardwalk in LA right off of Venice Beach or something. You know what I'm saying? And those videos are wonderful. I enjoyed watching those during the quarantine time, though I'm able to get out of my house and go to the park and stuff. Some people, depending on where you're at, you may not be able to actually do that because they're really restricting people to not go anywhere except the stores. So, but I found that to be pretty helpful because I love to travel, and so I still felt the need to watch those videos just to kind of help me deal with not being able to travel. Okay, those are really stress relieving. For others of you, you may just need to listen to some guided meditation tracks to kind of help you with your energy to get out of feeling depressed or having anxiety and things like that, from feeling restricted or repressed, no matter what's causing you to feel that way. Okay, prayer, meditation. Now keep in mind with the Eight of Swords, usually that card, traditionally on most decks, it usually points out that the person who is tied up and surrounded by those swords, usually their hands are not tied up very tight, and the ropes are pretty loose on them to where they can easily wiggle out, use their hand, pull the ropes off, and then take the blindfold off, be able to see, be able to move, and then walk right through those swords without getting cut. You know what I'm saying? So usually the Eight of Swords usually indicates that it's more of a psychological hang up, or it's more of you need to, you know, save yourself, rescue yourself. You're not hopeless. The situation is not hopeless. You can get out of it, but you have to get out of that mental mindset, or get out of the fear that, you know, you're not able to do something, because sometimes it's fear that causes people to feel hopeless or like they can't do something. And I know, you know, the coronavirus or COVID-19 could be having a lot of people scared right now and feeling like they're afraid to leave their house and things like that. But you can still go for a walk down the street, you know, regardless if they're saying you can only go out to go to the store. They don't have to know that you're not going to the store. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, if you have a backyard, go out in your backyard. I'm blessed to have a big, beautiful backyard and a front yard as well. So I can fenced in too. So I can just go out and hang out in my backyard. But I go for walks in the neighborhood. I go for car rides. You know, put my kid in the car and go for car rides. You know, I look at the videos, go for walks, talk to people on the phone, Skype, Zoom, you know. But if it's something else going on in your situation, you know, you guys may need to pray or meditate on it, or you may need to take some action, because it's possible that you could. So you have Four of Wands. So this is showing that you have potential here to win, to overcome this and to win in your situation, you know. But I'm also seeing you guys, you're surrounded by security. There's a sense of security here, which you're surrounded by. But this is typically not only just security, but abundance, happiness. It can point out to potential for marriage or merging. Okay, so let's see what else is going on in your situation here. What other cards do I want to pull? Oh, yes. Okay, so let's see what else is going on in your situation. Maybe you guys desire to win, or maybe you guys desire to have victory if you aren't already having victory or winning in your situation here. Maybe you guys desire security if you don't already have it. But let's see what's going on. And take what resonates, and what doesn't, just leave it where it is, you know. So you got the Gaia card here, okay? This to me is like the Garden of Eden. It's just being natural and enjoying nature, enjoying the natural elements, enjoying life, you know. It's also being in tune spiritually with, you know, yourself and your nature and nature itself. And also being able to connect with others in a very natural, fruitful way. So maybe there's a desire to connect in those ways. Okay. I kind of want another card for this one, so I'm gonna get one more from here. There's a need here for you to have some discipline, some self-control, to just sit and be still, maybe to meditate, pray, tune out all the noise, tune out all the chaos, maybe also because you're hearing too many things from too many people and you don't know what to believe or what's true, and maybe it could be causing you some stress. So maybe there's a desire to break free from all that and overcome, achieve, and win, and get in tune with your nature and nature itself. And maybe, like I said, some of you want to enjoy fruitfulness, and maybe you feel restricted not to, and you're seeing all these bodies and people around you, and you feel like you can't deal with anybody right now, especially if it's COVID-19 going on, the pandemic. So let's see what else is going on in your situation. Abundance card, but it came out sideways. So you could be feeling like you are benefiting, but then you also could be feeling like maybe you're not benefiting. Maybe you could be seeing some gains, both gains and losses right now. You also, it's possible that you could be wondering if you are taking some things for granted, whereas maybe somebody else wouldn't take the same thing that you don't value as much, and they would value it more than you. That's some of you. That's not everybody. So take what resonates and what doesn't. Just leave it exactly where it is. But this is the abundance card. So I'm seeing where there's one person on the card who lost something of value, and they lost it because they were foolish and because they were not really appreciating whatever that was that had a lot of value to it. And this other person on the other side, they find whatever it is that this other person lost, and they literally, they go out of their way to get it, and they discover that, hey, this has a whole lot of value and worth, and they're able to even multiply it. Okay, so it's also possible that maybe maybe there's this need to look at if you are taking something for granted and missing the value in it, or if you are, like I said, some of you are wondering if you are winning or if you're losing. Others of you are just like, you may be taking gains but also taking some losses, which would, like I said, make sense during this time. But if this, if you're watching this later on and it's not COVID-19, because this is a timeless reading, you take it how it resonates for that particular time that you're watching this. Okay, so let's see what else is going on in the situation. So there's something here that you're not quite cutting out or cutting away or ending. And I feel like it's because you're questioning, it's like you're still questioning how much it may mean to you or how much value it may hold to you. Okay? So this could be also what you're stuck, like what has you feeling stuck. It's like there's something here you haven't ended or don't want to end or not ending because you're still wondering how much value it has, and you're concerned about the fact that maybe, if you let this go, you could later on regret having let it go because, one man's trash is another man's treasure, and maybe you fear losing whatever it is to someone else, whatever it may be. It could be a person, it could be a thing, it could be whatever. Okay? It could be maybe some values, who knows? But you're kind of stuck on that. You're trying to have some discipline here, though. You want to win. So you got the skills cards to flip right out here, and it flip right out onto the abundance card. Right on the abundance card and the not ending it. So it's like you're trying to learn or obtain the skills to cultivate whatever this is to get the most value out of it so that you're not taking any losses. But, or it's like you want to know how can you take something and multiply it to, to have a lot of value, or turn it into something that will have a lot of value. Trying to figure out how to go about that, and it's not always easy to know how to take something that you would like to see it, you know, triple in value, or see it really turn into something super valuable that you would like to be able to reap the benefits from, and wondering if you can do that or not. Okay, so let me start doing some advice cards here. Okay, so what you're being told here is to get more information, and to reconsider, okay, to reconsider something here in the situation. Let's see what my angel tarot cards have to say. I feel like there's a need for you guys to, you know, for you guys to really pray for discernment on the situation. There's a need to meditate and pray for discernment and, you know, the answers to be presented to you. Life experience card here. So this is pointing out that a significant life event or a powerful revelation comes to you that leads to a change. It's time to, you know, spread your wings. This is part I want. Yeah. Time for you to spread your wings. So I feel like you guys will get an epiphany. But that epiphany is going to come when you guys decide to sit, be still, be quiet, be at peace, meditate, and pray for discernment and for the answers to be shown to you. And then just look for the signs, wait for the signs, wait to hear or see or be shown what it is you need to know or see. This happens to me all the time where I may feel stuck and I feel like I can't see what's ahead, or I feel you may feel limited, restricted, or both. And I don't want to, you know, I don't want to do anything that's going to cause me to lose, but I also want to win. You know what I'm saying? And, but I want to win. So I can relate to this. Maybe this is my reading, but I really wasn't looking for a reading. But I'm just saying, I think everybody at some point experiences this kind of situation. This is a very common situation. But what I've learned when I go through these kind of experiences, and I'm starting to be more reminded of it, is it is so important when you don't know what to do in a situation. Just, it is okay to sit and be still. It is okay. It is okay to just sit, pray, meditate, and not do anything at all until you get that answer, that epiphany, or be shown something, or for something to show itself. And then you realize, oh, okay, this is what needs to happen, or this is why something couldn't happen yet. You know, sometimes it's not for us to always be doing something. We live in a society where everybody is pressured to act like they know what they're doing and to always have the answers and to be prepared all the time and blah, 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 and have their crap together. But everybody is not always going to be in that kind of, that's like being perfect, and it's just no such thing, okay? It's just no such thing. Life is a learning lesson. So as long as you're living, there's something you're going to have to do to learn. And, you know, learning is not always go, 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 do, 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 do. It's not. Sometimes it's being still and being wise enough to let, you know, God or angels or, you know, your guard, you know, your spirit guides or whoever it is speak to you, or your higher self speak to you on your journey and figure out there where you can go, what you can do. But you have the independent card while I'm shuffling this one. You have the independent card here. So this is pointing out here that your independence is a foundation for your strength and your success. And so it's pointing out it is very crucial for you to be independent, for you to be able to stand on your own 2 feet, for you to be able to think for yourself, for you to be able to be on your own. So if there's any issues of codependency, you're going to need to break that. If there's any issues of needing to seek approval or whatever from anybody else, or needing to hear from anybody else, sometimes you need to just be able to just stand on your own 2 feet. And we all have the ability to do that, even if we're afraid that if we step out and take a chance that we could fall flat on our face. A lot of times that's where independence is built from, you know. Believe it or not, when you fall flat on your face, there's nowhere else to go from there except up. And you get to see what you did, how you did it, and then make a different decision and start with building blocks from that point. There's something that wanted to flip out and it didn't. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Interesting. Environmentalist. Okay, so you're an earth angel. You're an earth angel who was born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and the animals. I also feel like, though, your environment matters. Your environment matters to your growth. Your environment can make or break you. You know, is what I kind of feel like here with that. And there's something with writing and communicating. Okay. You can heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. Final advice cards here. Final advice cards. You need to decide the outcome. So whatever's going on here, whatever's going on here, you guys, okay, you literally need to be the judge or use your own best judgment. But you need to be fair and balance-minded when you do so. So you need to remove any biases. You need to remove fears. You need to just go from a rational standpoint, because a judge has to make a decision from a rational place, using facts, using research, using evidence. You know, a judge doesn't make a decision off of feelings and emotions. They use rationale, you know. It's not to say that you can't go based off of how you feel, but if you hadn't been able to make a decision based off of the way you feel by now, then maybe it's time for you to turn to reasoning, you know. Or if you've been trying to make a decision based off of reasoning and it's been failing you, then, you know, maybe there's a need for you to just go back to the drawing board here and, just like I said, reevaluate the things that really matter. You know, what really matters here. Okay. Because sometimes judges rule in the best interests of all parties. Like if it's a situation with, let's say, you know, child custody. A judge can't always know which parent is the most fit to, you know, favor who's going to have the kid, or if they both need to have custody, you know. But what they'll do is they'll look and see, okay, both parents aren't unfit. They both seem fit. So how about I'm going to give them both a chance to have this custody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, sometimes a judge will just go based off of just pure rationale. Okay? So that was the dime group people. Okay? That was the dime group people. Moving on to do the quarter group people. Dear quarter group people, please go back and look at the disclaimer. Okay, I am not a medical professional. I am not a lawyer or, a professional counselor or anything like that. You are at your own risk if you decide to take any of the herbal supplements or recommendations that are recommended from watching this reading, because I am doing the herbal tarot deck here. This is a deck that I have not used except only a couple of times, so I'm still learning this deck. Therefore, I will be referring to the booklet that it comes with to figure out what is your health situation and what does the deck recommend for herbal supplements or whatever. Keep in mind, this reading is for entertainment purposes only. However, if you gain any insight from watching this reading, it is at your own discretion in which you utilize any of the information or any of the things that you hear in this reading. I am not responsible, okay? And you can see that disclaimer in the very beginning. You can see in the description box below. And I have to say this because in today's time, people lack accountability and they always want to look and blame someone else, but we are responsible for whatever decisions we make, okay? So let's see what's going on with quarter group people. What is going on with your health and wellness? And health and wellness can relate to your mental, emotional, physical, psychological health and your physical health, okay? And whatever's going on in your situation. So you guys got the Four of Cups here. This is the burdock card. So with what's going on in your situation, burdock root is what's recommended here. And I'm going to refer to the booklet to see what the author of this deck has to say about what your potential health issue may be and what you can do with the burdock root, okay? Now, traditionally, Four of Cups is usually in a just traditional tarot reading, someone who is disappointed, feeling less than stellar with their options, feeling less than impressed with their options. Someone could be bored with what they are presented, bored with their options, bored with their opportunities, feeling a lack of gratitude for what they have because they've been so blessed and lucky that, they just could be possibly taken for granted what they have, or receiving an offer that they feel like is no different than what they've already been presented, or receiving an opportunity that they feel is no different than what they've been presented. But it usually is a card of being jaded and disappointed, okay, and bored. So burdock root is typically taken for situations such as someone who may have skin diseases and fevers, okay? Burdock root is a diuretic. It's an alterative, nutritive. The root is used as a diuretic and alterative for skin diseases and urinary disorders, okay? The seeds are often used for skin diseases and fevers as well, okay? So it's pointing out urinary issues and skin diseases and disorders, okay? You can find burdock or burdock root in Whole Foods, health food stores, Sprouts Market, and maybe on Amazon as well. You probably can on Amazon. You can find it it's usually an ingredient in different teas sometimes. So it's not commonly taken by itself. It's usually found in a tea, like maybe a detox type of tea that may have burdock included as ingredient. It may be included in a immune defense type of supplement or whatever. I believe it's found in the wellness formula, and I think I have some teas downstairs that has it in it as well. So, divinatory meanings, according to the author for this card, need for some intervention in daily life without the knowledge of where it will come from, uncertainty as to what action to take, Strengthen and purify both within and without, and wait with watchful awareness. Help is at hand. Okay? So, with that in mind, I'm going to see what else is going on in your situation using my other tarot cards and my other oracle cards. Okay, so let's see what else is going on in your situation. And I don't know why this person in this card, they look kind of cynical, like they're rolling their eyes, like, ah, this again, you know. Why do I keep getting the same thing over and over again? It's kind of like that kind of energy, you know, that this person has in this, you know, this Four of Cups card with the burdock on it. Okay, so let's see what else is going on in your situation. Okay, because this is a wellness and health reading, so keep in mind that your wellness and health can be mental, emotional, psychological, or physical. In your situation when it comes to your wellness and your health, or all, you know, some of those things could be affecting other areas of your health. Okay, so I didn't want all that, but this one did come up. So Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this is pointing out that you may be considering doing some planning and some organizing and balancing things out in your situation in your life, especially if it's regarding responsibilities, money, or finances. Okay, you may even be desiring to learn or educate yourself on some things, but to me this is more about balancing out money, finances, responsibilities, certain obligations or whatever, taking care of business, getting organized in that regard, or trying to see how you can better invest your resources. Okay. Three of Wands, and this was more like sideways, so you're not sure if your ships are going to come through. Okay, so this could be something that you are anticipating or waiting on, but you're not quite clear if it's going to come through or not. And if you're in watching this now, and this is a live reading now, but in the future, this is a timeless reading, so whoever's watching this in the future, know that right now is a pandemic going on. So it's possible that for those of you who are relating to this reading right now, it's possible that maybe you're really looking at your money, your finances, because many of you may not be working right now, and if you are, maybe it's only part-time, and trying to make things work financially and balance out what needs to be taken care of, what's priority over other things, what needs to be, you know, put first, and maybe how to expand your money, grow it, make it last, stretch it. Some of you could be literally waiting on stimulus checks and money and things like that, or waiting on unemployment, you know, funds or whatever, or some kind of financial assistance, loans, credit cards, whatever it may be. And you may not, you know, you probably thinking, I don't know if this is going to come through or when it's going to come through, you know. But whatever the case is, some of you could be also looking for another job, another career, or something like that, you know. And if you're a student, you may not appreciate some of the offers you're getting from colleges you apply for, you know. But that's maybe for like one or two of you out there, not all of you. But whatever it is, whatever you're being offered, you're not feeling it. You're not liking it. You're kind of like so over it, too through, you know. You know. That's for whoever that's going to resonate for, because that's what I'm saying. Interesting enough, new life, new opportunity, new beginnings. And for maybe one or two people out there, it literally could literally be a new baby on the way. Okay. You know, or pregnancy or something. But for many of you, this is about a new opportunity, a new beginning. That you don't know if it's going to come through or not, but you're hoping it is. And that could be a job, it could be a career, it could be just a new start period, whatever it may be. But I have a feeling that for many of you, this is going to be a job or a career opportunity. Could be other things. Sorry. Hard fell on the floor. So there's vanity here. So I feel like there's energy relating around the fact that unfortunately some of you have really attached your sense of self and image and the way you feel to what you have and what it is that you do, to the point where you literally could be scoffing at, you know, opportunities that you really don't want nothing to do with, but it's probably all you can do right now because of the times that we're in this particular moment in time. Okay. If you're watching this in the future, that still may apply, because nobody knows how long this is going to go on, but we all know that nothing is ever going to go back to being 100% the same as it was before. So many people will have to take some cuts in certain areas of their life. You know, the same dream jobs that somebody had before, they may not have anymore. You know, maybe the same pay they may not have anymore. Maybe the opportunities they may not have anymore. Who knows? You know, maybe the pay might not be the same. People may not be able to get out and, you know, do all the things they used to do before, you know. But, yeah, and you see you got the joy card in reverse. So you're not feeling this. You're not feeling this at all. Yeah. So let's see what else is going on in your situation. Wow. Man, before I could even finish shuffling, the snake card came up, you know. So there's also something you don't trust or someone you don't trust. You could be feeling deceived. Or you could just be feeling like you don't trust somebody. Or someone, maybe somebody don't trust you. Whatever it is, it's just a... You could also be feeling like you need to be real careful. Okay? You could be feeling like you need to be real careful. And something you may feel needs to end, or something is ending. I feel like somebody is arrogant as well. I feel like somebody is arrogant, like I said, because they are very much they're very much tied to the material, and you know, the never card. I feel like somebody's arrogant. I feel like somebody's stuck up, arrogant, high on their horse. They really don't want to accept something. Or they don't like the way something is. But, or they may feel, or they feel like maybe, you know, something's never going to work out the way they want it to. And this is hard for them to accept. So that's somebody. Take what resonates, what doesn't, leave it exactly where it is. Maybe someone feels like they can never trust someone or trust something. And therefore, they feel like they need to cut this out, or cut someone out, or end something. Wow. Destruction card sideways. So this is like someone's miserable. Someone's really not happy. Okay? Because I feel like their sense of what's the card I'm looking for? The sense of happiness and joy is being affected. But let's see what's going on in terms of what advice do we have for the situation? So I'm going to use some oracle cards and my angel tarot cards to see what advice we have for the situation. So you have wait, and you have no. Wait and no. I'm going to clarify this because I want to know what that wait and that no is. What is this wait and this no all about? Okay. So, in terms of the wait, and this fell between never and wait for some reason. I'm going to pull one for no as well. So, there is, with the Seven of Pentacles, this is all about investing in something, and you're not sure if it's going to be worth it or if it's going to pay off or not. And losing patience because when it comes to investments, you can't always see how it's truly going to pay off. It can take time, and it can take more time than what realistically you really want to give to the situation. And therefore, that's where the frustration may be coming in at. But, you know, most people know that when you are trying to cultivate something, you're trying to get results, and you're taking the time to invest in something, you have to continue to nurture whatever it is that you're investing in. So you can't give up. You can't get frustrated. You can't just say, that's it, I'm throwing in the towel, I'm done. Because the moment you do that, that may be the moment that you literally miss that opportunity that just comes in, okay? So you just got to be willing to be patient and understand that when you're investing in something, it can take time to see that investment pay off, and it's going to take you putting your energy and your effort into it. And so that means you're also going to have to change your attitude if you are feeling like you can't be bothered to put in the time, the energy, or the effort to invest in something because you don't know if it's worth it or not, or you don't think it's worth it or not. Anything that's really worth anything, it requires time, energy, and legitimate effort. You know, it really does. Nothing good is ever going to, nothing worth it is ever truly just going to fall into your lap. You know, we can manifest things, pray for them, but we still have to put in our effort and pay our dues to get it in some form or another, okay? And I feel like there is a need to have gratitude and humility, okay? Gratitude and humility, maybe even some humbleness here, because like I said, the vanity card is there. The woman in the card is looking, you know, like she has a bad attitude because she's not appreciating whatever offer she's receiving because she doesn't think it's good enough for her. You know, and I could be wrong about that, but this is just what I'm seeing in the cards, okay? And, but then there's a snake present. So there's, like I said, indications of feeling deceived or deception. And there's, you know, like I said, needing to cut something out or needing to end something. But I'm also seeing, you know, there's opportunity that there's something you're waiting on. You don't know if it's going to come through or not. And then there's the need for you to really look at your investments here and reorganize some things, restructure some things, really look at where things are going. Maybe even a need to learn something, but let's see what this, I want a card to pop for this no. Come on, where's the card for the no? If nothing pops, then it's because maybe there was nothing else to come out of that, but there we go for the no. What is this? Okay, so for this no, this is the Chariot in reverse. This is the Chariot in reverse. So this is no to not overcoming the obstacle. Okay? So if you're thinking you're not going to overcome the obstacle, you're wrong. You will. Okay? You just need to wait, be patient, and continue to invest in whatever this is that, you know, you have started or invested in. Okay? Whatever this is, you want to see results come from it. So I'm going to put those back because I don't need to just have all these cards out here. So, advice. I'm going to go with advice now. Further advice, actually. So what's the further advice for this? Ooh, that came up fast. So 6 of Earth. You got the 6 of Earth here. So this is pointing out generosity is something that you may be receiving. However, it's also pointing out balance is something that you will find, but it's something that you also need to work on. Balance. Balancing out the scales, balancing out the situation, fairness, and also equal give and take. But also, like I said, getting organized and making sure that you're, if this is about money and finances, that you're spending wisely and investing wisely. But it points out gifts of money, time, or effort, and a new career opportunity may present itself, a new job opportunity may present itself, and receiving a loan or paying off debt is also a real possibility here, okay? That's a positive card to receive, especially in this situation. And that one to just forcefully come out. Crystals. So you got the crystals card here. It's pointing out your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. That's a good card to come out for the health and wellness reading. Okay. Oh boy. Light and love. Your purpose is to bring divine healing light and love to this world. In teaching, there's something you have to teach and give in this world. You inspire young people to learn. Okay, so a couple more advice cards and that can be done. You have the arts card. So it's pointing out, express yourself through creative activities. This could help you to, you know, feel better in your situation, to relieve some stress. Okay, express yourself through creative arts, music, or whatever that may be. Inner wisdom card. Okay, inner wisdom card says, pointing out, you know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. And you have the sacred space card. Okay, so create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. So you're going to need to pray, meditate, and you can do this at home. You know, just create that space. A space where you can go and be quiet, be still, meditate, pray, you know, do your manifestation work. Calm your mind, calm your spirit. Final advice cards. Get these out of the way here. Alright, so final advice cards here for the quarter group. You're being told to put others first. Okay, you're being told to put others first. So there's a need for you to not be necessarily focused on yourself as much as you may need to put others first. Okay, so let's see one more, and that would be the end. Ooh, what the heck? This says just saying. Okay, just saying that may help you relieve some stress in your situation. May help you to feel better. And it says celebrate you. Okay, just celebrate you. Feel good about yourself. Okay, so that is, your reading. Work on your, feeling good about yourself. But I feel like work on feeling good about yourself without needing to attach yourself to the things you have or own. Okay? Because it's very unhealthy to attach your sense of self to the things that you possess and own. All right, quarter group people. So that was quarter group people reading. Now I'm going to move on from quarter group to the last group. The last group here is the penny group. So penny group, I want you to go back and look at the disclaimer at the beginning of this video. Look in the timestamps, because a lot of times you guys like to skip to the timestamp and skip over a disclaimer. Do not do that with the health and wellness reading, because you need to hear what I have to say about this. With the health and wellness reading here, I'm using the Herbal Tarot. This book, it has different herbal roots and things on it that the author may connect to the card, and this is how I am going to figure out what is going on with your health situation and what the author may recommend as something you can take to help with that situation. But if I know of anything, I may mention as well, because I'm into holistic and alternative health, and I know quite a bit myself, but I am not a medical professional. So please do not take anything from this reading as the end-all be-all and make a decision to not go to the doctor or to seek out professional help if you actually need it. If you need any legal or financial advice, then go seek out those actual certified professionals. This reading is for entertainment purposes only, okay? And I shouldn't have to say this, but I am going to say it because I don't want anybody trying to hold me accountable or sue me for a reading that is only meant to be entertaining. However, if you find any insight or gain any insight out of it that is helpful, then great. If you take any herbal supplements that are recommended from this reading, do so responsibly. Seek out a holistic or alternative doctor, or, at least do not take the full recommended dosage of what that supplement is, and take it on a full stomach and tons of water, so that if you have any adverse side effects or any allergies, that it won't be intense, okay? Because you don't want that. And that's what I always do if I take any herbal supplement or health remedy that I've never done before, okay? Because you never know how your body's going to react. But you're responsible for whatever choices you decide to make. I am not, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, like I said, I'm shuffling here for the penny group in terms of what it is you need to know. What's going on with your health and wellness. Let's figure out what your situation may be. Also, keep in mind, the health and wellness reading can relate to... Hopefully this is still here. I'm also going to pull cards on your situation to see what's going on with that, and hopefully that won't be lost. Because my thing just said something about, I don't know what it said. Okay, guys. Ooh. Four of Pentacles. And interesting enough, there's 4 other cards here, and I do not know why this many came out. I'm not dealing with that many cards. 4 of Pentacles. I'm going to go with that. Yeah. 4 of Pentacles. Let me see. Whoa. Okay. This is a lot of cards. A lot of cards. I'm not dealing with all these cards. No way. You know what? I'll deal with two. So you got Four of Pentacles and you have King of Pentacles, okay? Now I do know King of Pentacles is someone who is secure and very prosperous, very responsible, very reasonable, and can be nurturing and in tune with nature, does not like to waste anything, okay? Can be a boss, a manager, maybe even a business owner. Four of Pentacles is typically someone who is holding on to what they have and they do not want to let it go. They're trying to hold on to their security, or they may be stingy and stubborn. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the King of Pentacles here based off of this book. I have not used the Herbal Tarot very much. That's why I'm going to refer to it. King of Pentacles, alfalfa. So alfalfa is a green supplement, a green, like it comes from a green source, like a plant. And it's nutritive, it's a tonic, a diuretic, alterative. Alfalfa is useful for regulating weight, as a treatment, and also as a treatment for arthritis and rheumatism, and as a diuretic. Okay. With the divinatory meanings, man over 35, business-like what I mentioned, responsible, rigid, organized, and conservative. A man of means and worldly accomplishments, wise, in the way of the world, a fatherly figure. And yes, it can be a father figure. All the other things can be gender neutral, okay? Now, in regards to the Four of Pentacles, cascara bark, okay? That's a tonic, a laxative. I can't even pronounce the word, it's not even necessary. Promotes bowel movements and the discharge of bile from the liver, and generally cleanses the intestinal tract, okay? Divinatory meanings, immobility, clinging to old things that are no longer needed, also with this Four of Pentacles, okay? So these are the health issues that you guys may be, experiencing or dealing with. Let's see what else comes up in this reading for you guys in regards to what's going on in your situation, or what's going on with your health and wellness related to these situations with your health and your wellness here. No. Which one of these cards come out? There we go. There's one. Okay, so just this card in reverse. So you could be feeling out of balance. You could also be feeling like things are not fair, or things haven't been fair in your situation. Or like you could also be feeling like you're not getting what it is you feel you deserve either. Let's see what else is going on in your situation here with your health and wellness, Penguin people. You're suffering in some form. This could be mentally, emotionally, psychologically, or physically. And like I said, I feel like it has a lot to do with feeling like things have not been fair or balanced, or like you're not getting what it is you deserve or need. And just feeling out of balance as well, possibly. Okay. So, a lack of growth here and stagnation. And oddly enough, the insecurity card being reversed, you're feeling secure. And I kind of get that though from the Four of Pentacles, because this person is secure. However, they are not very giving, or they're really holding on to what they have. It's not always a negative thing, but so I feel like you guys are secure in your situation, but you're kind of still feeling like there's no growth here. This also could be you're not letting go of things that have been bothering you, not letting go of old situations, not letting go of things that no longer serve your purpose because it makes you feel secure, okay? But there's no growth to be had here, and therefore it's causing you suffering, and you're out of balance here. You could be not getting or receiving what is owed to you, or what you feel you deserve, or what you feel is fair, or feeling like things aren't fair, but definitely you're out of balance. And it could be relating to someone that is a King of Pentacles, or maybe it's just the fact that, and the King of Pentacles can be an earth sign, or just someone who's very stable and secure. But I feel like you're the one who's very stable and secure. Or maybe your stability and security is attached to whoever this is, the King of Pentacles. I also feel like this is your attachment to this idea of being a very stable, secure person, or appearing to be, and you don't want to let that go because it makes you feel secure, make you feel good about yourself. But it's not really serving your purpose in other ways. It's causing you some kind of mental, emotional anguish in some form. Oh, good. Libido card. So you're feeling passionate about something. There's something you're feeling very passionate about. It's also libido could also be a lust card as well. So libido could also be a lust card, but it's usually a passion card. You know, just having a lot of passion, whatever kind of passion that would be. But I also feel like you're peacocking here. You're showing off. You like showing off, especially to impress others. But you need to be careful about that, because there's a snake in the garden. Something does not feel like it is destiny. Something doesn't feel like it is destiny, or like it is, and this kind of feels close to the libido card. You're not feeling passionate about, no. You're feeling passionate, but it's like, or you showing off is not leading to a future. This is not taking you anywhere in the future, I feel like. Or it doesn't feel like you're destined to keep feeling this passionate. I don't know. Or you're not destined to feel passion. However this makes sense to you. Or maybe you're not meant to be showing off. You're not meant to be showing off, or you're not meant to be... This is interesting. So, somebody's contemplating thinking. And I feel like that could be you. Maybe it could be somebody else. I don't know. Let's see. What other cards I need to pull? So, let's just go ahead and jump into advice. get more information, but it was in reverse. So you're not really seeking more information, though you need to. So, but you're being told to get more information, do your research. Two of air in reverse. So you feel like you're okay with pressing forward because you feel like you can see everything, but the device is always read in the upright. With the two of air here, it's pointing out that that you're actually being unable or unwilling to make a decision, and you're at a stalemate and pretending there is no problem, you know, but there really is a problem. You're burying your head in the sand. So there's a need for you to acknowledge what's really going on here. Ten of Earth, this is prosperity, the power of creativity, recognition for the very high quality work, being a team player. But then here is the King of Air presenting itself. So to me, that is a need to cut something out that is no longer necessary. But it says, speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice, balance, and mental, emotional considerations. You also need to be a team player with this. Oh, that's a Three of Earth. Why did I think that was a... For some reason, I thought this was a 10 of Earth, but I still feel like that 10 of Earth still applies because why did I see it? I didn't see that for no reason. I don't never see stuff for no reason. So, but this is Three of Earth. So it's actually pointing out the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work. Be a team player. You will get recognized for what, you know, what it is that you're good at. Be creative and continue to press forward with what you are good at. Books. You connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. So there's a need for you to read and learn and study. Guiding children. Okay. So you are good at helping, counseling, healing children. Use your skills to help children. Now, inner wisdom card. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. And then I'm going to pull final advice cards. Energy falling off. All right, final advice cards here. I gotta move these out of the way. Too many. All right. Take no offense, but it was in reverse, so you probably have been taking offense, but the device is always read in the upright. Take no offense. People make mistakes all the time. Ooh. And say yes. Something will be proposed to you. You may receive a proposal or something offered. Say yes. All right. That has been your readings, health and wellness readings. Please hit the like button. You can even hit the dislike button if you like. And feel free to comment and let me know how you feel about the reading. There are plenty of other pick a card readings on my channel. Make sure you check them out. Stay blessed, stay safe, and